And good Tuesday morning right here on the Chip Matthews program on WYAB. How y'all is? How y'all doing? What y'all doing? From a foggy morning that we had a little while ago to what it is now, wow. It's a great looking day so far. Right now, it's still pleasant. To those of you that need to be mowing your yard, now's the time to be mowing your yard because you're just a few hours away, maybe even just 30 minutes away from not being able to go outside because all hell will feel like it's coming down out of the sky. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's going to be hot. Y'all, they talk about this fireworks shortage and everybody thinks the tariffs have something to do with it. We've been short of fireworks for the last 4 years, just to let you know. And I don't understand that. I mean, I guess that's why they use the guns in Jackson because you can't find fireworks. But that's that. Oh, well, let's see what else we got here. We got 3.5 more years of Trump. I can promise you that. 3.5 more years of Trump. You could impeach him and they wouldn't get him out in time. You know what I mean? 3.5 more years of Trump. Don't you love being in a country where Trump is in charge? Online today, somebody put a comment up on my thing. Hey, good morning, my sister Donna Matthews. I had somebody tell me that you being a Trumper, you're just nuts. You're insane. You are the devil. Hey, won't be the first person that called me the devil. My grandmother called me the devil many, many, many times. Said, shave your head. We'll find those 3 6s. You're the devil. No, my grandmother loved me, even though I was the devil. But anyway, let's see what's going on. Truly is, no, you want to go in person, support, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to read my notes, y'all. I had notes from what I was talking about earlier today, which was pretty much nothing. I didn't say much. Good morning, Clayton Duncan. Good to see you online. Didn't see you earlier. What's going on with this? Can I say hello? HELLO. Oh, come on. Okay. That's not working. Okay. So it's not working. I can live through it. Remember, y'all, come out and see me at Acme Pizza. I see why it's not working. I'm pressing the wrong thing. Okay. There we go. Everybody. There we go. If you got something on your mind you want to talk about it, 601-879-0002. My buddy Robert, I got to get back to him. I keep saying I'm gonna call him back and talk to him, and I haven't done that. I need to do that. We here on the program are all about what Trump has done. When he dropped these bombs, everybody was nervous. Everybody got scared. Everybody got that. And I just want you to realize you've been lulled to sleep. All of us, I guess, since I am 63, or am I 18? One or the other. Since I'm 63, so let's say everybody under 70 and under. When we were young and growing up, we felt safe in America. We grew up knowing that we honored our father and our mother. We also did the Pledge of Allegiance with Star Spangled Banner. We prayed in church. We prayed at football games. We prayed everywhere we went to a meeting. We always prayed before we did something. And we were always understood that there was a sense that America was a great, great, great place. Over the last 60 years, we'll just knock it down to 60. You had the hippie children in the 60s, and we got the liberals going and all of that. And, they all grew out of it. Some of them did anyway. But as you go through time, we just got lax. We had the Vietnam War. We didn't finish it. A lot of people went over there to do what they did, and then people treated them bad when they got home. I mean, I'm still upset about that. And then you had the other Afghan wars. Good morning, Stephen Blackwell. You had the Afghan war. And we just left all the tools on the ground, just left. And any other skirmish, the only one I think we were successful in was the taking over of Grenada, where mission accomplished. Took the tiny island of Grenada during the Reagan years. But the truth of the matter is this. Showing force, those other skirmishes, we just showed up to pretend, to support without supporting. We didn't do what we could have done. And in this current regime of what occurred Saturday night was 38 minutes of war. We were a part of the war for 38 minutes. We walked in, we rocked, we left. That is what America should do from now on. If we decide we're going to get in a conflict, it's sort of like what they tell gamblers: make your first bet your best bet. Or you're buying a house. First offer is the only offer. It's the best offer. You go in with your best from the get-go. You go in and say, this is the plan. And they started making this plan actually right after, I think it was 8 days after he went into office. Somebody asked a question. They said, well, we've been monitoring the situation. And Trump said, monitor? Take care of it. They'd been there before monitoring it under Biden. And it was like, take care of it. So they developed a plan. They fooled the press. They fooled everybody. They got everybody in the White House that could leak. I mean, they were firing leakers left and right because, if you're going to do something like this, you don't need it broadcasted that you're going to come in and blow them away. Good morning, Marilyn Christian. Clayton Duncan. You got to go in strong, hard, and blow it up. It's just the same way that these two new mayors in Canton and in Jackson have to do things. You need to show strength. You need to show that you're going to come in and stop. I mean, stop the gun violence. And whatever plan it is you can come up with to do that, you need to do that. And, it's like if you need the National Guard, people, bring the National Guard in. Whatever it's going to take to put eyes on the prize. I mean, these cameras, they laugh at these cameras now, people. They laugh at them. They ain't worried about them. You've got to put your eye on the prize and get it solved. Get the problem solved. Don't waste any time. You're too much effort, too many bodies, too many people. You just got to get them on the ground, get it done, and and restore order. That's what you've got to do. And it's not, it's hard for some people to realize that is tough decisions. And it's just like firing people. You've got y'all are sitting there at your city hall and you got people there. You got no police on the floor. You don't have raises for police or firemen. And then you got all these extra people hanging around in the office doing nothing. I'm at Delta Auto doing some business. Johnny Martin, how you doing? Delta Auto in Canton, I guess. Okay. But I mean, that's the way it's got to be. You gotta take care of it. You gotta make a statement when you go to do something. That's what Trump did when he bombed where he bombed. Then they want to get out playing around while he's got to go to NATO, and you're trying to embarrass him. What does he do? He knocks out a profanity. Enough around. He did it, and he knocked it out. Called Netanyahu, said, look, you're going to stop. You're going to turn those planes around now. And they turned them around and came on back after a shot. We don't know how long they've been. I mean, it's sort of like this. If we stopped if you've been fighting forever, You wake up the next morning and you're not fighting. What do? You're going, how am I going to fill my day now? I usually wake up and hate this guy a whole lot over here. Good morning, Jimmy Rogers. It's like, what do we do now? We got nothing to do. Play basketball. Start a hockey team. Y'all can fight with your 2 hockey teams. But, I mean, when the hate is taken out of your life, when you have to stop hating somebody, you got to find new ground to talk to them, or you don't talk to them at all. That's that. I mean, what do you do? Go to church. How about y'all go to church? Figure out something to do. But when you wake up every morning and you've been fighting forever, that's what you're going to keep doing. Let's see who's on the phone. YAB, how you doing?
Hey, y'all taking calls?
Oh, I'm taking one now.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize I was on. So, yeah, what the president is doing is really pretty simple in that just like he established the negotiating high ground by giving him 60 days and then acted, then he gave him another 2-week window, but then he acted because of the conditions and what we knew. Right now, he's done the same thing. When they went after us for retaliation, and he said, look, we didn't lose any life, so we're going to take the high ground on this one. We shot down everything they sent. We're not going to retaliate because there's no point in it if you want to get things back to a normal state. And that's all he's trying to get the Israelis to do.
Yes.
They're not going to lose life. Then, hey, guys, we have to take the moral high ground. We have to take the high ground in terms of the argument. And if this is going to start again, because we've already said if it starts again because of the Iranians, or we're going after them, then they have to be the ones at fault. So don't turn it into a tit for tat.
Right.
Let them show their true colors again if in fact they can't abide by a peace treaty. And just on a personal note, they won't. I don't care what they do in terms of negotiating. It may be 3 weeks, it may be 2 years, but the Iranians, as long as that group of people are running that country, will never do the right thing.
Well, I mean,
I'll leave it at that.
The Shah's been, what's his name? Ayatollah's been in charge for 39 years, and they've gone nowhere. That's going to happen.
Yeah, well,
I mean, yeah,
that's a mistake we don't need to make again. I mean, the Shah and his group, to maintain power, they were not choir boys.
They weren't either.
But that's what people. There's a great line from a movie.
Do what? You cut out. I lost you. Great line from a movie, and then boop, gone. Oh, well, I can't wait. Maybe he'll call back. We're going to take a break. We'll be back here to land the ship. Things are safe here in America, and they can stay safe if we just trust in God. Here in America. Yeah, that's basically it. Do the right thing, and they can stay safe if we just trust in God. Yeah.
1039 WYAB.
Would you like a free ice cream? Head on over to Bumpers Drive-In on Highway 49 in Flora. If you're craving a juicy made-to-order burger and crispy golden fries, if you want to taste the best hand-breaded chicken tenders you've ever had, if you want a hand-mixed milkshake or a whirl with Nutter Butters, Oreos, then bump on into Bumpers Drive-In in Flora. Exclusively at the Flora location. Mention you heard them on WYAB and you'll receive a free frosty ice cream with your order.
Are you hosting an event? Let Burgers Blues Barbecue handle the food while you enjoy the moment. From an important lunch to a dreamy wedding, B3 Catering is sure to please everyone. Find Burgers Blues Barbecue online and click the catering tab or just give us a call. And when you're dining out, visit Burgers Blues Barbecue in Flowood, Brandon, or Madison for incredible plates served fresh daily. Burgers Blues Barbecue and B3 Catering, a delicious combination.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Corcoran Door Company has been providing quality residential garage and commercial overhead door products to Mississippians for over 50 years. Corcoran Door is a supplier of garage door parts and services such as LiftMaster, commercial and residential door operators, as well as Clopay, sectional commercial and residential doors, Asta, commercial sheet and rolling steel doors, and Cornell, rolling steel and shutters, with many in stock for the same day pickup. CorkandDoor.com. That's CorkandDoor.com.
Hey, this is John with MES. That's Mississippi Energy Services. We sell, service, and install all makes and models of home and business generators. One thing that we do different than a lot of other companies is we do all the work ourselves. We don't use subcontractors. We go from the original estimate, the design, to the final product. That way we can control the quality of the job from the beginning to the end. We are online at msenergy.us.
Hey everybody, it's John at Two Gun Tactical. We're having Kim Wade Wednesdays at both locations. So you come in and mention Kim Wade on a Wednesday, you get half price range fees. Hey, if you're a member, we're going to give you an extra free target just for mentioning Kim Wade Show. Come on in and work on your shooting and exercise that 2A right that if we don't fight for it, we won't have it much longer. It's twoguntactical.com. That's the number 2, guntactical.com.
The weather is heating up and the deals are even hotter at Mazda of Jackson. Right now at Mazda of Jackson, you can drive home your dream Mazda with low financing rates available. 2.9% for 72 months on most models, or finance 36 months and pay just 0.9%. That's right, 0.9%. Experience Mazda's exhilarating performance, top-notch safety, and reliability. It's time to choose Mazda. Shop online at MazdaofJackson.com or visit Mazda of Jackson, I-55 Frontage Road in Jackson.
If you want the best health care, where do you go? The Mayo Clinic. If you want the best care for your vehicle, where do you go? Mayo Auto Clinic in Raymond. Mayo Auto Clinic does foreign and domestic vehicles and diesel repair. Mayo Auto Clinic has ASE certified techs with over 25 years of experience. You can extend the life of your car or truck when you take it to Mayo Auto Clinic. For cost-effective repairs and maintenance, go to the best, Mayo Auto Clinic. Open weekdays at 7 a.m. Highway 18 in Raymond.
Well, I'm sitting here today with one of my favorite clients, Reggie Brumfield. The first time I believe we worked together was around 25 years ago, wasn't it, Reggie?
I remember that time my wife, Kathy, and I, we were looking for a home. He sold that house to us, and when we got ready to buy another home, he helped us sell that home and buy another home. So 25 years later, when we decided to purchase another home, your name was the only one in our minds.
601-720-4037, RitaJensen.net.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
Yes, I am Chip Matthews here on the Chip Matthews Show. And good morning to you, Red Watkins. Check it in. Did you see where they found all that cocaine? It was 20 pounds, 30 pounds, whatever. A lot of cocaine there in Rankin County they found on the side of the road. Some of it got spilled. There's some all over the ground. Y'all can go out there. You can wake up. Just kidding. Y'all, they didn't spill any. If it had, the rain would have got it or something like that. Somebody would have got it. Anyway, I was just looking on line here at Channel 16. Man killed by lightning strike while on honeymoon in Florida. Wonder how that happens. It's not nice to fool Mother Nature. Let's see what else is going on in the world. You had a killing in Jackson this morning. Jackson confirmed one person is dead and another arrested after a shooting this morning. That must have been the one out on in South Jackson. Then Jackson searching for 3 suspects in an auto theft this morning. Okay. Protesters are going after this guy, the Mississippi Army veteran, who's been in jail for 49.9 years. And he's been there. He was executed years ago. If you stay in jail almost 50 years to be executed, I don't know if that's good or bad. I mean, one way you've been in jail forever, but you committed a crime. But wow, to stay in jail for 50 years, I mean, that ain't like you were a death sentence, and you were probably 20, so you're probably in your 70s now. I'm guessing you were in your 20s when it started. Wow. Think about that. You didn't have a life. You had a prison life for your entire life that you can remember, which is probably what needs to happen if you're someone who killed someone. But boy, did you have to pay. And that may be good. That may be good. 50 years in jail. And then they're going to kill you. Okay. We'll see you later. He gets out. His execution is tomorrow at 6. Don't you dare miss it. I remember when they first brought executions back, I used to fry bacon on the air. Say, hey, they're gonna get you today. But you know, when you have a punishment and you're a crime, you know, that's what's supposed to happen to you. If you do the wrong thing, you do the crime, you do the time. Now that people kill people and get out overnight. Think about the people in Jackson that kill on Monday, then kill again on Saturday. Both got out on bonds, and then they disappear off the face of the earth, or their parents don't tell them who they are, or they're kin to a supervisor, or they're kin to a politician of some type, and they get them off the hook, and then they just go away. You know, we live in a funny world, and that man did 50 years in jail. And I'm for the death penalty. So, you know, I just think that in that case, you should have done it earlier. Would have saved us a whole lot of money, since that's all we really care about at the legislative level is the money. We only care about, we pass the laws, but we won't give the law, the people, law enforcement officers enough money to enforce the laws. And then when we enforce the laws, y'all want to let them off, because the judges won't give them the stronger sentences, you know, and then, and everything boils down to money. The legislature, they can't figure out what to spend money on, but we start getting rid of the bad people, y'all, we maybe won't have so much to have to fix, you know. Maybe if we got rid of all the bad people and we watched our pennies, we could air condition the entire state of Mississippi so that summer won't kill us like this. We could dome the whole state or have it in sections to where we can all not enjoy it. When it goes to 105, we'll put the dome production out and we'll all be safe inside here and at 80-degree weather and sunny and go, oh, and we can make it a UV dome. That way we're blocking out all the UV rays and we won't have to wear UV stuff. That would save us money, because no telling how much the UV lobbyists get in Canton. In Mississippi, they don't get much in Canton. 9:30 in the morning on a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. Let me also remind y'all that we're going to start doing the pet parade. Yes, the Farmer Jim Neal thing. I'm going to start doing pet parade, and I got the song. I got to get it loaded up. I was going to say loaded up on a cart, but only people in radio and old people know what that means. I got to figure out how to program it to where I can hit it and play. But, you know, because, you know, I'm still learning the newfangled stuff. Everybody says to me, they go, where's your show prep? I ain't got a show prep. I come in here and just start talking, babbling, waiting on you to call me. 601-879-0002. We're going to have to take another break here, and then we'll get back on the other side. Let's talk about... Well, we'll talk about the statue. Let's talk about the statue in Brandon. We'll talk about that next. And if you got something on your mind you want to talk about it, give me a call. 601-879-0003. 0003? 0002. Sorry, y'all. Call me and we'll talk about it right here on WYAB. 0002. Sorry, y'all. Call me and we'll talk about it right here.
1039 WYAB.
The mowing season is full on here in Mississippi. I'm David Frederick, owner of Frederick Sales and Service in Brandon. The industry-changing Exmark Laser Z commercial mower turns 30 years old this year and has been redesigned with even more great features you just have to see. We have a sale going on with instant rebates, and 0% financing is available too. Stop by our store and let our award-winning staff show you the Exmark difference. Fredericks and Exmark, over 3 decades serving you in Brandon since 1993.
This is Jack Hoffman. For nearly 31 years, Tico's Steakhouse has been a staple of fine dining in Jackson, Mississippi. Dad has long since desired for me to come work alongside him. And now that I'm here, I would like to invite you to come experience our family tradition of our hospitality, sizzling steaks, and healthy poured beverages. Our dining rooms are open and we are taking reservations. Our private rooms are also available along with takeout. Call today or stop in and experience Tico's in the second generation.
Tico's Steakhouse, East County Line Road in Ridgeland, 601-956-1030.
CBS News special report. President Trump is scolding Iran and Israel for violating the ceasefire he brokered.
These guys got to calm down. It's ridiculous.
He accused them both of not knowing what the expletive they're doing and declared the ceasefire in effect. CBS's Robert Berger from Jerusalem.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu saying after President Trump announced the ceasefire that Israel's accomplished its goals, which were to dismantle Iran's nuclear program and to cripple its ballistic missile program.
Correspondent Deborah Patta, also in Israel.
The UN has said they hope the ceasefire between Israel and Iran will lead to a ceasefire in Gaza. Just this morning, the Hamas-run health ministry said over 70 people had been killed, at least 50 of them desperately hungry Palestinians trying to get aid.
CBS News special report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
This copy machine has me so frustrated. I could just body slam it.
Whoa there, leave the body slamming to the pros and leave superior high-quality office tech to the experts at Advantage Business Systems, brother.
Woo! Get it!
Never body slam your copy machine again. Visit absms.com. Advantage Business Systems, laying the smackdown on bad tech.
Dr. Mike Stonington here from Stonington Farm Grass-Fed Beef. We are grass-fed and grass-finished beef. No hormones, no antibiotics, no grain, no broad spraying of herbicides or pesticides. And never, I mean never, do we use mRNA vaccines. We are 100% local and 100% Mississippi. Our calves are born in Mississippi, raised on Stonington Farm, and processed in Mississippi. Contact us at StoningtonFarm.com. That's StoningtonFarm.com with 2 N's. We are the grass-fed difference.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshield, and slick roads quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter Agent Jamie Creel in Flora and Ridgeland, 601-992-6000.
Men, let's talk about low testosterone. Do you suffer from any of these symptoms? Low sex drive, ED. Are you always tired, depressed? You have loss of muscle mass? You're obese? Maybe you have loss of focus and drive? Then you, my friends, may suffer from low testosterone. Let my buddies over at Men's Health in Mississippi, located right there in Madison, check your numbers today. Trust me, she'll thank you for it. I promise. Check them out online at menshealthms.com. That's menshealthms.com. Men's Health Mississippi.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
I am your host on a Tuesday morning here on the Chip Matthews Show. Remember, keep up with it. We're only days away from the most exciting event in all of Madison County and maybe Mississippi politics. Yes, it's the one, the only, the Rudy Warnock trial coming up July 7th in your federal courthouse downtown. It'll be one of the exciting seats in town. We should sell the seats. It should be $20 a ticket to get in, but it's first come, first serve, and you'll want to be there to see Rudy Warnock go on trial and all the Canton officials that will be showing up to support the situation, or maybe not support. Well, 2 of them have already pled guilty. Two aldermen have already pled guilty in that trial, so it'll be what to see. But anyway, that's it. The Rudy Warnock trial coming soon. June, maybe, because, they have delayed it 13 times. But anyway, let's talk about this real quick. And we can take an official vote here at the station if you'd like to today. 601-879-0002. Should the statue in Brandon be moved? Should it be moved? Should it be moved? I mean, the purpose for moving it is why. I mean, Butch Lee, the mayor of over there, he brought it up to make sure it had more bang for the buck, was right there in the middle of Juneteenth. He wanted to make sure he could be a part of the Juneteenth celebration, and he wanted to vote to get it gone. And then he had a 3-3 vote, and he was the one that had to break the tie. And he looked at everybody like they were crazy. Let's see what's going on. Hello, YAB. What's up? Who's this?
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Sylvia.
Hey, Sylvia.
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Wonderful. I just wanted to say, no, the statue does not need to be moved. That's part of history. Get over it. It's part of history. Slavery and the Civil War and all that went on is over with. It's in the past. It's time to move forward.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I wanted to say, I don't think Juneteenth should have been celebrated. The slaves had already been free by that time. I'm sorry that the ones in Texas didn't know about it, but it was already taken care of. I feel that that's a racial holiday. Now, if you can celebrate, if folks got mad about celebrating the Confederate Day a couple months ago, I don't remember the exact name of it. And then they were mad about that. Well, folks were mad about Juneteenth. And I think if Brandon does move that statue, they're a bunch of cowards. Leave it alone.
Okay.
It's part of history.
Let's talk about that. Just unpack that for just a second. As far as the Confederate Memorial Day, well, Confederate Memorial Day, if you remember it originally, it began what became Memorial Day, and that was in Columbus, Mississippi. And the ladies there in Columbus went and put Confederate flags on Confederate graves and then on Union shoulders put American flags on American soldiers, on Northern soldiers. That's how Memorial Day began. It began as Confederate, something in the South, honoring both sides for the war because they both fought for the country that they believed in.
That's my point.
Yes.
That's my point.
And so
that was not racial.
Right.
That was the unity of the military at that time.
Right. It has nothing to do with race. And if we're going to celebrate a day, maybe the day we should celebrate is the Emancipation Proclamation Day. That would be
much better.
That would be much better than to pick a day where some people who had missed out for 2 or 3 years and found out late that it went on and you did it. That's what I'm saying. It just sounds like you're just pushing it, And the racial division done by politicians is the worst thing in the world. They need to stay out of racial politics because that's all that they love to get in the middle of it. We all probably, in our neighborhoods, we all get along. It's just in the news we don't. I don't see Mississippi people going out after racially fighting each other, but the politicians do.
I don't either. I feel that the racial issue that people bring up, it is to, as you said, to divide. What I feel that needs to be done is that the gospel needs to be spread even more so. And if you are following what the Bible says, my brother and sister who are lighter than myself,
yes,
they are and they know Christ as their Savior.
Yes,
that is my sister and my brother, and we are equal in Christ. He does not deal with race, and as I've always said, black is the color of a crayon. God did not use a crayon to create me. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made.
Yes, ma'am.
I am 6 generations from Violet and the plantation owner. At
Right.
that time period, that's what went on. Today, that does not go on today.
No.
But Violet was from Africa. I am not in Africa. I am in the United States of America, this wonderful, great nation that I did serve for.
Right.
And my point is, I am an American with no labels in front of it.
Exactly.
That is it.
I try to tell everybody every day, we're in America
All
where
righty.
everybody is a individual. You go ahead, do your little.
No, I was just saying that I'm tired, and I really hate when folks that are labeled black, as they want to call themselves, use the race card. Sometimes you need to realize the individual might not like you.
That's right.
Not because of it, just you and your personality and the way you carry yourself and the way you act. When you look like a thug, normally people don't treat you like a thug.
That's
If you
correct.
look like a gentleman, they usually treat you as a gentleman.
Correct.
And when girls go out looking like harlots, you're going to be treated like one.
Right.
If you kind of dress a little bit modestly and you can dress nicely to attract a male without looking like you are a harlot. And that was all I wanted to say. I didn't want to take up all your time, but those are my thoughts.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Bye-bye. And she's absolutely right. Fred Ramey says, let's keep the statue. Of course. And they're only talking about moving it. They're at phase one. But the fact that the guy from the mayor of Brandon brought it up in the middle of the Juneteenth holiday, and that's basically, I want y'all to look at that from the standpoint of politics and race. The white guy jumping over to make sure he gets the black vote by doing something like this, because he knows it's a hot button issue. He knows what he's doing. And he did that in order, he made promises, I guess, before the election, because he didn't bring it up during the election. He brought it up after the election. And he brought it up in the wrong week, in my opinion, if you were going to do it. But the politics of race is only in the politician's mind and the news media. We don't go out riding around hating each other. We just don't do it. We may hate each other's ways when you pull up to a car and the car is too loud and you're doing something offensive toward me. But the reality is, it's not what it is. You know, it's not what it is. Race is being used as the thing to divide us and only divide us. You're an American. You're red, white, and blue, and you're black and green and yellow and purple and whatever color you want to be out there. But you're an American first. And America believes in American things. And when America dropped those bombs the other night, everybody felt a little better. Everybody was a little safer. And that is the facts. There's no way around it. When Trump dropped those bombs, that was it. It was over 38 minutes. 38 minutes. We go in, go out, and then they want to start slapping each other around again today. And he's already said, oh, we're not going to have that. We're not going to have that. But it's bad when you see a white mayor jump over to the other side to create a racial issue with a Confederate statue. You know, that statue's been there since 1907. You know, there is no reason to move it. It is a part of history. That's just it. What do you not understand? Now, the only thing, the things about that statue that I do think are kind of unique. I mean, you could get run over if you go to look at it. You know, there's not really, there's that. Those are issues they should have thought about when they put it there. But I mean, I understand they put it there and put the flags up behind it, and that's that. But anytime anybody wants to divide us in this country, is they start with, okay, what divides us? We can't get the Republican-Democrat war going here. Let's do race. Let's race. We'll racially divide them first. And then once we racially divide them, then we'll have to divide them again. It's the old divide and conquer thing, because you got to, by dividing and conquering you and getting you to be on my side of an issue, that's what we do. But the reality is, as we get ready for the 4th of July coming up, remember, we're all Americans. And that's what these other countries don't have. And everybody keeps saying, well, they're going to overthrow Iran and who's going to be in charge. What happens if none of the people that they've mentioned are in charge, but the people decide that they want to be free like us, free like Americans? What if that happens? Those people constantly said, you got to kill Americans, you got to kill Israel. That's what they said for years. But, you know, that country used to look great. And 49 years of the Ayatollah has not been good. But what needs to happen is, I think of all the Middle Eastern countries starting to look like Dubai if this peace holds. That's what I see. And I think that's what Trump had in mind when he made the comment off the cuff. He's just businessman thinking. He goes, yeah, you take the Gaza Strip and we'll make it into a resort area. That's what he's thinking. The whole Middle East is nothing but a tourist attraction. You know, people go to the Middle East to see the land where God and Jesus and everything godly occurred in this world. It didn't happen over here in America, I don't think. The only godly thing that happened in America was we came over here and built a country that everybody was free. And everybody here is free. And remember that. That's the way it is. That's the way it's going to be. And that's the way it will remain, especially with Donald J. Trump sitting in that chair in Washington, D.C., because he's not going to allow all the stuff. And look, and now, you know, if you say Biden, the people think you're just bringing up politics. No, y'all, the Biden administration did do what all they did. It did happen. Nobody was running the country. People were taking over the country. People wanted war. It's just like the congressman up there saying that they wanted to have the right. We wouldn't have got anything done. Trump did a 38-minute war to bring peace to all of America. And if the Congress had gotten involved in it, you're looking at 10, 15 years and nothing happened, except we spend money. Remember that. Remember that. Take a break. We'll be back. 10, 15 years and nothing happened, except we spend money. Remember that.
1039 WYAB.
Did you know that the average 6-room house collects 40 pounds of dust each year? Local business Pure Air Consultants duct cleaning service can rid your home of the dust, dirt, and debris that may be caught in your air ducts. They can eliminate the mold, fungi, and microbes that might be growing inside your ductwork and polluting the air you breathe in your home. Mention WYAB and receive a free UV light with system replacement. Visit online at mypureairconsultants.com. mypureairconsultants.com.
Health has always been reactive, focused on fixing problems as they happen. But with Blue Primary Care, we're taking a proactive approach, working with you to help you understand your health and empowering you to be healthy. It's time to prioritize you, your health, and your life. The results? Less worrying and more living. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi. It's good to be blue.
You know what's a nightmare? We've all seen that movie where the bad guy's coming and your gun jams up. Luckily, that's just a movie, but you can't take the chance it could happen to you in real life. Hey, y'all, I'm Therese Apel from Dark Horse Press, and I've written stories about a whole lot of situations where people needed their gun to work for them. So if yours is moody or likes to jam, you need to take it to Guns and Gear. Let their professional gunsmiths look at it and fix it so it'll work when you need it. They're the absolute best at what they do, and that's why I buy all my guns from them. That's Guns and Gear in Gluckstadt. Check them out today.
It can be hard to move past the guilt, times of weakness, and regret, knowing you weren't there for your
your family when they needed you the most. But there is life after addiction. We're seeing broken families restored, one man at a time, through our vehicle, cash, and thrift store donations. It's given Mercy House Adult and Teen Challenge the ability to help these men succeed in having better lives. Donate a vehicle, running or not, and we'll come pick it up. Call today, 601-572-7296, or visit us at vehicledonationsms.com.
Have you noticed all these people acting like the sky is falling? All this tariff talk has folks real nervous, but at iGear Optical, we've got you covered. Our prices remain solid on all our quality products, while all other shops are raising prices. We are not. Come get a great pair of eyeglasses, computer glasses, or sunglasses that fit you, your lifestyle, and your budget every day at iGear Optical, 2630 Highway 80 East in Pearl, and on the web at iGearOptical.com.
Peace, love, and pizza. It's Collie Days at Johnny's Pizza House. Load up the crew and hit the road with nothing but good vibes and better pizza. It's all about that crunchy new cauliflower crust, 10 inches of baked bliss, light, crispy, and full of flavor. It's the ultimate slice for summer chilling. Best enjoyed with sunshine and good company. Nothing but love served one slice at a time. But don't wait. This trip's for a limited time only. Peace, love, and pizza. Happy Collie Days from Johnny's Pizza House.
Doctor, the AC doctor, what's your diagnosis? My whole house was hot as a fever. Now my house frozen, cause my air conditioning's on. Doctor, my AC's broken. Doctor, the AC doctor, heal my house, bless my soul.
The AC Doctors is your one-stop provider for air conditioning and heating installation, service, and repair. Contact us for money-saving repairs and lower energy bills.
Doctor, the AC doctor, heal my house, bless my soul.
Google the AC Doctors and get some relief today. TheACDR.com.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
And we're back here on a Tuesday with breaking news out of Canton, Mississippi. Y'all, I'm really bringing you something that just court ordered out of Canton. And one of the people running for office as an alderman in Canton, Dr. Shannon Whitehead, is also holds the office of school superintendent and would be considered a de facto officer of the Canton Board of Aldermen. So she has been basically told that it's judged that Dr. Shannon Whitehead shall be considered a de facto officer of the Canton Board of Aldermen effective July 1st, which is when she goes into office. Shall not be entitled to claim compensation or be reimbursed for travel expenses by the city of Canton for her acts as alderman in Ward 2. Ward 2 has a person who got into office by not following the rules. Imagine that. That's in Canton. We'll find out more details and get you more information as that goes. But right now, the alderman that should have resigned from her school board position or school superintendent position to run for office, because you can't be your own boss, elected boss to be your boss. That doesn't work. A lot of times in Canton it has been that way. This time a judge has ruled that you can't do that. Wonder what will happen to the people of Ward 2. That was Fred Esco's ward. Yep. Yes. What will happen? I mean, Canton politics and Jackson politics and Mississippi politics, and where this is where the court has ruled. But the reality is, the qualifying process should have caught this. The qualifying process of the Democratic Executive Committee should have caught this. Then the City Election Commission should have caught this. And then on top of that, The qualifying papers should have been filed with this, and that goes to the at some point to the Secretary of State's office. They should have caught this. But the problem is we don't have anything in place to catch this. And had there not be some vigilant people in the Canton that are looking at things, hint, 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 who we are, it's various friends of mine. If we weren't looking at things that were going on and constantly trying to clean it up, and the state legislatures need to get involved and clean up the problems in the voting process. It's just stupid to be going through this every time. And it's everybody hook and crook to get in office. I mean, basically in most of these Democratic cities, you work for, and it happened in Jackson, because you remember Harvey Johnson was in office there, and then he took off and he went over. When he wasn't in office, he was working at the Jackson State, or you work in Jackson Public Schools. That's what they do with everybody. They just move them around in these government offices. And when you get voted out of office, you go to work at the school district for a little while, or you go to Jackson State and work in Jackson. In Canton, you go to the Canton School District, you go to CMU, or you work in the city government. You just move them around. And then it gets to where they're all kinfolk, all in there, and then nobody wants to fire anybody. Same for the supervisors in Madison County. They're in that same mix with everybody. Same mix. We, the people, are in the same situation that the people in Iran are in. Are we going to take back our country, take back our county, take back our cities, make them safe again? If these politicians that we elect don't do the right thing to make us safe, it's like, for instance, if you're the mayor and you know that 3 or 4 aldermen aren't doing the right thing, or an alderman doesn't live where he's supposed to live, this, that, and the other, you should report him. He ain't your buddy. It's not supposed to be that way. It's not supposed to be that way. You know, I tell everybody all the time, nobody follows the rules. And if you just follow the rule, and then anytime you question something, oh, you're racist, or you're crazy, Chip, or you're never going to win, Chip, or this, that, I only am trying to figure out what the hell y'all are doing and what playbook you use. Because the legislature have one book, but they don't enforce it. They don't enforce their books. You know, they don't fund the police like they need to be funded. Police need to be funded in every city, and it needs to be mandatory that X amount of the budget in some cities go to protect people. You could come up with a scenario that works. And then when that city doesn't have enough money, there should be a pool that the state has that they would let you draw from. But it would be based on, we would know your revenue, because the state has that. There are ways to fix problems, and we just don't think. We don't think. We just don't think. Thank God I live in a country where Donald Trump's in charge, and maybe sooner or later he'll have time to help us here in Mississippi. God bless America, and God bless Donald Trump. I'm Chip Matthews. I'm going to be out of here. I'll see y'all back tomorrow morning, bright and early, 6 o'clock. The Andrew Gosser Experience is next, right here on WYAB. And then coming up at 4 p.m. this afternoon, yes, it's the one, the only Kim Wade.